All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Eli. Glad you could all join us here tonight. I've already got my wonderful, beautiful, amazing lady on the panel here with me. How are you doing tonight, baby?
Hey, baby.
Baby, close that door in the bedroom because I could hear you. You got to close that door or else the echo will throw things off. Please.
Okie dokie. Here. Closed. Hey, baby. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, baby?
Oh, I'm fantastic tonight. It's been a
Oh,
wonderful day today.
that's great, baby. That is fantastic. That is wonderful. Before we get to it, baby, before we go any further, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly.
Rolling.
The notification on YouTube has just gone out, and the back end of YouTube seems to be rolling smoothly. All right. All right, babe. Well, tonight we're just going to be doing another simple, show where my lady and I answer your questions, any dating or business questions or any questions you have regarding life, anything that you may be struggling with, that you want to accomplish to turn your life around or to further enhance your already great life, right, baby? Because some people are already in a good place. They just want to be in a better place, and there's nothing wrong with improving each and every day, right?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's it? Wow.
Oh, well,
So,
I don't know how much more you want me to give away with what we're going to talk about. But yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you.
well, we've got something we're going to go over tonight. We're not going to put it on the screen, but it's something that you got from a book you've been reading. And we're going to go over that here in just a minute or so. I'm going to read it and we're going to dissect it, pretty much line by line, or every other line we'll dissect it and do our commentary. But also, folks, make sure that you get any questions, comments, or concerns that you may have in the chat there. And we will get to your questions as the show goes on. Right, baby?
Yes. And by the way, I'm loving the background.
Well, that was your choice, baby.
I know.
That was your idea. And
It just is kind of Halloween-y to me. Like, it has the green, the orange, the purple. Just reminds me of Halloween.
yeah. Earlier tonight when I was preparing the show and I went on to Canva to try to find my background, my lady saw me scrolling through some stuff and she's like, go with this one. And it's Halloween-y, right? And a lot of these backgrounds are not formatted in the exact format that I need. Hey, Sandra Palacio. Hey, Eli. Hey, RMP. Sandra, there is a 1 minute delay. Just to make everyone aware, once again, when we do shows in the studio, there is a 1 minute delay. So, it may take a little while for us to respond to you. But a lot of these backgrounds are not formatted in the way I need them. I run my shows in 1080p at 60 frames per second, so I need a picture that is 1920 by 1080 resolution. But I can take any picture as long as the resolution is high enough, which on Canva, they have very high resolution pictures. I can put it through Photoshop and crop it down to 1920 by 1080, and baby, the outcome on the TV looks pretty good, huh?
It looks amazing.
Yeah, so I'm a graphics designer as well, baby. Add that to my resume. How's that?
That sounds perfect, babe.
That bores her. Anyway, so babe, why don't we get into what we're going to be talking about here tonight while the questions pop on in. We have 8 in the box to start up the show. 5 likes. Please smash the thumbs up. Share this out on your community walls. Share it on social media, whether you're here live or on the replay. And we'd appreciate that. So, baby, what are we going to be discussing here tonight?
Really quick, I just want to welcome Sandra to the show because I didn't want to interrupt you earlier.
Okay, that's good.
So, but now what were you saying?
Well, why don't you lead us into the show? This was your idea.
All right.
Regarding this book.
I have a book here that my father gave me. It's called The Daily Stoic, and
Mm-hmm.
it's 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living.
Okay.
And basically, you just have to read one page a day. So it's not, something that it's a huge commitment. But so yesterday, I shared with you what it was. And it says, show the qualities you were made for. So I don't know, baby, do you want to read it and then we can talk about it?
Yeah, let me go ahead and I have it here. I took a picture of it on my phone. I have it right here, and I'll read a few lines at a time, and we will get to it. Should I read that quote, baby, at the top?
Yes, because that's kind of where it all comes from. That's the wisdom. And then what they do basically below is break it down and dumb it down for all of us.
Okay, well, let's get right to it. People aren't in awe of your sharp mind, question mark? So be it. But you have many other qualities you can't claim to have been deprived of at birth. So, we all are born with certain qualities. We all acquire certain qualities. Um, and just because some people may not be in awe of, what you're good at, that doesn't mean it should stop you from, your greatness, right, baby? Like, how do you interpret that?
Absolutely.
That's how I
Yeah,
interpreted
that
that.
that is exactly how I interpret it as well.
Okay. Anything you want to add to that?
No,
Okay,
I
let's
have more
continue then.
later.
Okay, fantastic. Display then those qualities in your own power: honesty, dignity, endurance, chastity. Chastity. Where? Wow, that's a
Mm.
wow. I've already failed that one. Contentment, frugality, kindness, freedom, persistence, avoiding gossip, and what is that?
Magnanimity.
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 Magnanimity. What does that mean, baby? I'm not sure what that word means. You know?
I don't know. Google it. You have your phone in your hand.
Well, I also have the laptop, so let's go to Google MA. Let's see, GNA NI magnanimity. It means the fact or condition of being magnanimous, generosity. So basically, a generous
Oh,
person, a giving
yes.
person.
Okay.
It's a word that's the first time I've heard that word in my almost 49 years of life, baby. That's like an old school type of word, I'm assuming. This is more like old school proverb style type of
Oh,
writing, right?
absolutely. This was, you can see it. It's from Marcus. I don't even know, Aurelius.
Aurelius, yeah.
Meditations 5.5. Yeah, so this is very old school.
Right. Basically, these are kind of like old school proverbs that my father used to try to teach me, and I used to get bored at this back at that age, in my younger days when my dad was trying to teach me these things. I would make fun of my dad. I would say, you're trying to teach me old school Greek proverbs or just, ancient proverbs in general. And, I would laugh at him and get bored. But nowadays, you really understand the value of what these proverbs mean, right, baby?
Absolutely. And then in the next part of the book, it really kind of just explains it thoroughly for people, that might not totally understand what they were trying to say.
Hmm. Okay, shall we continue? Because those are a lot
Yes.
of very important words there. You should be honest. You should have dignity and pride. I'll add that in there. Endurance, have the longevity and strength to, accomplish everything you want to accomplish that you were meant to accomplish. Chastity, well, that's something that's questionable in the modern world that really doesn't exist with most people, right, baby?
Well,
Contentment,
I think what they're trying to say is have self-control
baby. I
and
don't have any
not.
self. I don't have any self control when I'm around you in that aspect. I'm sorry.
Well, honey, it's different when you're in a relationship,
I know.
but I think that's what they're trying to say is not just go out and slut it up.
Yeah, just don't go out there and bang everything in sight. I get it, baby. I understand that. Contentment, being content is a very, very important thing. I remember, I was dating this woman in my 20s, and she was a little older than me, and basically, she always used to use the word, I'm content, and I hadn't heard the word content, even though I went to private school my entire life, now I totally appreciate the word content because I am most productive and most happy when I'm content because that means you're satisfied, right, baby?
Satisfied with where you are in your life. Yeah, absolutely.
Overall satisfaction,
Overall satisfied. Yeah. You're
yeah,
happy with
relationship, business,
your
everything, right?
job, your relationship, your family, your everything that's going on in your life. So
Right.
it causes contentment and like peace. That's what contentment is. It's inner peace.
Yeah. Yeah, frugality meaning be frugal and save, right? I believe that's what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
have
you
a
need.
problem with that.
I think I was just gonna say, baby. I think you need a lot of help with frugality. I've tried, but anyway, we can leave that one alone. I mean, I do spend a good amount of money, but when I spend my money, I get the most value possible. And baby, you know how I shop for the both of us with the clothing we get.
Well,
We've
and
talked
I
about
do
that
the
before,
same
and
thing. I really look now for really good deals. Like I'll show you on Amazon when I'm shopping, I will search for those ones that are
mhm.
on the specials and I tell you when
Yeah.
Amazon Prime is happening and I'll let you know if I get any other notifications on like Under Armour or REI or anything like that that I know that you shop frequently. So I'm starting to learn the bargain shopping method online.
Right. Also, baby, who has a bigger issue with impulse buying, you or myself?
You.
Well, that's a big lie, but that's okay. Rosie Ren, the queen of YouTube now and forever, is here. Hey, Rosie, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. There is a 1 minute delay again to remind you when we do the in-studio stream. So just be aware it's going to take a minute for us to respond to you every time you put something out there. A minute at the very least once we notice your message. Say hello to Rosie, baby, and Sandra's still around
Hey,
too.
Rosie, how are you feeling?
Anyway, kindness is something that I just wish every human being would have. And
Every human being does have when they're born.
well, yeah, but they sometimes choose to not be kind. Especially as some people get older. I've come across a lot of people in my life, online and offline. Grown ass people, just not being
That
kind.
that choose not to be kind.
That choose not to be kind. Right, right. I think everyone should treat each other the way they want to be treated. That's just the golden rule I've always lived by. I mean, it's so, you know, that phrase, treat people the way you'd want to be treated. We've all heard it so many times. It's overplayed, overdone, and people
Do
still.
unto others as you would want them to do unto you.
That's correct. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Senator Palacio says, hi, Rosie. Freedom, persistence. Yeah. You know what? You got to be persistent regarding whatever you want to accomplish. You should never, ever give up, but you should always have a strategy and a plan. And don't overdo things, especially if you're a guy. And you want to find a good woman. You need to be persistent in your search, but not with one woman. You got to leave your options open and not come off weak, needy, desperate, or insecure. But you got to be persistent and diligent in your search. Regarding whatever, you're trying to accomplish, you've got to be persistent, but you got to do it with tact, right, baby? What are your thoughts about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. As far as freedom is concerned, I believe it's just having your own inner freedom, and not feeling suffocated by everything else in the world. It's just believing in yourself and moving forward.
Right. And here's another one, the final one we're going to talk about. Oh, Tam Tam's in the house. Before we get to that, hey, respectfully, Eli in
Hey,
chat.
Tam Tam.
How you doing, Tam Tam? What's been going on with you? Have you been pretty swamped with work lately? You still working overtime? It's great to see you here, and glad that we had a chance to do a show tonight that you can make. All of you, thank you so much. 15 in the box, 7 likes. Please smash the thumbs up and share this out. We would greatly appreciate it. Rosie Wren, the queen of YouTube now and forever, says, hey, or hi, Sandra, RPM. Hey, girl. All right, let's continue. Avoiding gossip, baby. I mean, that's, that one right there really, really,
That's
truly
damn
hits
near
home.
impossible.
Well, I don't know if I'd say it's impossible. I think people are going to always talk about other people, but I think there's a certain point where enough is enough, and some people take things a bit too far and they overdo it.
Well, yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. No, I mean, there's going to be gossip all over the place, wherever you go. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've called one of my friends and they're like, oh my God, you're never going to believe what I heard.
Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt.
Right? It is so big.
It's like one of those rap guys' girlfriends, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we can stop there because we can get inappropriate.
Well, you said, oh my God, right? Oh, anyway,
well,
go ahead.
Because that's how conversations go with women. Like they're like, oh my God, girl, like, let me tell you what I heard. So and so did this, or so and so's husband is cheating on her.
Gossip, yap, right? Yeah, emotional. Yeah. You're emotional beings, so you're responding emotionally.
It's like
to
chatter,
it, right,
chatter,
baby?
chatter. It's like cackling hens.
Baby, is it an emotional response?
Well, I think it is to a certain level. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I think because we all know each other, we all have relations, so we all feel the need to talk about each other,
You all have relations or a relationship, like a friendship? Because when you say relations, that sounds kind of...
Babe, I mean relations as far as like some people work together, some people are friends, some people have kids that go to school together, so they all know each other in that community. That's what I mean by everybody's incorporated at some level. So it all gets back.
Baby, real quick, and let me just catch up with the chat real quick. It's all good stuff so far. Angie C's back in the house. Thank you for being here again, Angie.
Hey, Angie.
Says, hey, Angie, listening. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment there, Angie C. Tam says, hope you're both well. I've got a day off today, so been cooking fried rice and stuff with the kids. LOL. That's awesome. Isn't that awesome, baby? For Tam and company. Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, Sandra Palacio says,
fried
hey, Angie.
Rice.
Yeah, I'll take some fried rice right now myself. But hey, Angie and Tam says Sandra Palacio. Rosie says, question, what can I do when those fools make fun of my deceased grandmother? Well, you have to stop talking about it, Rosie. The thing is, I mean, we talked about this 2-3 weeks ago. And, they're going to continue to rehash it until you stop talking about it and, you stop allowing it to bother you. Because the more they know it bothers you, Rosie, the more they're going to pick on you regarding it. So you've got to come to terms with it and accept it within your own, mind, body, soul within your heart and soul. You've got to come to terms with that, accept it for what it is, and then choose to not allow anyone to upset you no matter what they say. Baby, your thoughts?
Oh, I completely agree. It's that's the best way to move on and to feel that freedom that they're talking about. Because when you harbor those resentments towards people, then you can't feel free with your own life. So let it go. Just realize people are assholes and you can't change them. All you can do is change yourself and just be a better person. And you know, you know, you know your grandmother. They don't know your grandmother. So whatever they say about her is bullshit. So just trust and believe in yourself
Yeah.
and the relations you had with her.
Baby, some advice for Rosie would be out of the Declaration of Independence, one of the famous sayings in there: life, liberty, and
And
the
pursuit of
pursuit
happiness.
the pursuit of happiness. And most so, or more, most importantly, there, which is what I'm trying to say, Rosie, is that liberty. You are a liberated woman. We all have liberty, right? At this point, and you can choose to not let anything bother you, and just live your life for yourself and who you are, and share your greatness with people that appreciate your greatness, and just ignore and forget about people that don't. And I will continue to
Yeah.
say the same thing to you over and over again until it helps you, uh, you know, um, you know, handle it better, and not let it get to you anymore, so you can live the life of happiness you want to live. Right, baby? That's the
Yeah.
best way to put it.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. And I just want to address the chat. Do you want to read the chat?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's continue reading the chat. Tam Tam says hi, Sandra. Angie C says hi, Sandra. Tam Tam says I haven't heard that for years. LOL. I'm not quite sure what she was talking about. Maybe something funny you and I said, baby. Maybe you'll refresh our memory in the chat there, Tam Tam. Remember again, folks, there's a 1 minute delay between what we say here and what goes out to you folks on YouTube. If you're here live, that is. Let's see. Tam Tam says, Rosie, I'm so sorry to hear that. People really can be so cruel. A few months ago, I had a troll that used to continually bring up my deceased son. It really hurts. Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing. I don't get hurt by the trolls anymore, and I don't think you do either, Tam Tam. I think I actually feel sorry for the trolls. I actually feel sorry for them, because if they have to stoop as low as attacking, someone's deceased sibling, that just shows the type of person they are. That just shows the type of character they have. It's a character flaw, in my opinion. What are your thoughts, babe?
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, I think it's disgusting. It absolutely repulses me.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
why I wanted you to address the chat because I am so sorry, Tam Tam, that that happened to you. Um, I didn't know anything about your son, and so I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, no, it's disgusting. It's repulsive and it's inhumane what these people do.
yeah. I agree. Let's continue here. Tam Tam says, I'll send you guys some fried rice. Fried
Yeah,
rye? Fried rye.
right, right.
Fried rye. Okay. Tam Tam says, amen to that. Tam Tam says, the oh my God, look at her butt comment you said, Eli Lil. I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
And I
Tam
cannot
Tam,
lie.
you other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung,
You
right?
get sprung.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. My lady's been she's been actually, my lady was in good shape when I met her. She was a little bit, thinner than,
Super thin.
but she's actually, man, I'll tell you, wow. we're not going to get into the details of last night, baby, but I got to tell you, man, wow. Man, I still have, a little bit of my sciatica that I've been suffering from on the right side of me, from my lower right back down to, my feet, in the plantar fasciitis area, baby, down there.
Yes.
And so, it's getting better. So, I was able to enjoy more of my lady, but I think I'm going to have to go see my physical therapist soon, baby. And I might have to get some cortisone in there or something because, it's a lot better than it was when it first happened a few years ago, but it's just kind of lingering on. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, I was just, when my lady said, "Oh
It
my
was
God," it just reminded me of
it
that.
was
Yeah.
baby. I don't know why you're trying to defend yourself. It was amazing.
Well, I wasn't trying to defend myself. I'm just saying that if you thought that was amazing, I could go 3-4 times longer than that, under normal circumstances without sciatica. So maybe you're happy that I'm a little bit messed up right now. I don't know.
Nah,
Anyway,
I'm just
we
satisfied with you.
that's great, baby. I appreciate that. Anyway, I always get myself in trouble. Let's see here. Pablo, you're in the house. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. How is
Yo,
your day
welcome.
going, bro? Welcome to the show. All right, baby. Should we continue here?
Yes.
All right. So, um, and then below that it says it is easy to blame our circumstances. Of course, one person curses that they weren't born taller, another that they're not smarter, with a different complexion, or born in a different country. So what we're talking about here, we're looking at, physical stuff, short versus tall. Okay. We're talking about intelligence, dumb versus smart. We're talking about different complexion. Now we're talking about, typically a different ethnicity, Caucasian, Hispanic, African American, Asian, right? And, or born in a different country, Go ahead, baby. What were you going to say?
I think it has a lot to do with people's empowerment and or entitlement, I think is the right word, and thinking that they should have been born perfect. They should have, as a man, a chiseled jaw and have the six pack and the perfect body, have the
Uh-huh.
great job, should just all be handed to him. With the woman, they think they should just be born perfect. And that's why we have people complaining, oh, I'm not tall enough, or I'm not smart enough, and people are not just realizing that what they were born with, the qualities they were born with is what is going to make them successful in life, not their
Right.
height, not the color of their skin, not the complexion, not anything else, It's
Right.
how they hold themselves up and present themselves out in the world.
Well, not only that, it's how they see themselves as well, baby. I always say how you see yourself is how everyone else in the rest of the world is going to see you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's how you show up, and you're only going to get back what, baby? What are the only things you're going to get back? You get back what you
What you give
what you give
out.
what you give or put out, right? What you put out or give, you
Hmm.
get back, right? So should people be surprised when they treat people like shit? They get treated like shit in return? I mean, come on.
No,
Go ahead.
no, absolutely. That's exactly the point. If you're a dick, you should expect people to be dick, like have dick attitude back at you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're acting that way. But anybody that's out there that like just lets things roll off, they're happy, they're go lucky, they're just enjoying life,
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to get all of that crap in their life, you
Right, baby.
know?
But quick fill-in question here. What is the main reason you feel people behave that way? It should be one thing.
Attention.
Well, a lack of attention. Yes, but I
Yeah.
wasn't even looking for that. There's one reason why people behave this way. It's
All
one
right, so
thing they
give it to
suffer.
me.
They're insecure. It's an insecurity.
Well, yeah. That
It's a major
that
it's
falls
a major insecurity.
into
Yeah.
that falls into seeking attention.
Yeah, but okay, here's the thing. I've always said that the difference between men and women, it's more normal for women to seek attention because they're emotional beings and they're biologically different, right? But when it comes to men, they should not be seeking attention, right? And so, I think especially more so for men, if they seek attention, that's a big insecurity because they should be happy and strong within themselves. Now, even though women, to a certain extent,
It all,
it's
I
nor.
think it all depends on the
Hold on. Let me finish my
attention.
thought. Let me finish my thought about women. With women, for the most part, I think it's okay for them to seek attention, but especially now in the modern world where women are liberated and they need to be stronger because they're in the workforce, they have to kind of tough it up a little bit too. And I think women can take things a bit too far with attention seeking, and that I feel can be an insecurity for a woman too, beyond the normal level of a woman seeking attention. But go ahead. Sorry, baby. I wanted to get that in there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it all depends on what you're seeking attention for, whether man or woman.
Okay.
Um, because I believe that there are a lot of men that are out there seeking attention
But they shouldn't.
as much as women.
Well,
I mean, they go out there,
we call them beta males. They're insecure incel beta males. Beta males. Sorry.
but what do we call, the actors and the musicians? They seek attention. Like, I wouldn't call them all beta males. I
Well,
would say that they are just out there performing and making a life.
well, that's not seeking attention. That's doing their job. That's doing their purpose. Seeking attention would be saying, "Okay, you should go out with me because I'm a famous, rock star, right?" And so I don't think that guys or gals should use fame to try to lock people down in a relationship. I think people should love each other for who they are deep within, beyond
Oh,
fame,
absolutely.
fame or money or anything like that. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Yes. No, I totally agree
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you have to, because if you're just in a relationship for fame and money, then that's not a relationship. That's a business contract in your head.
hmm
You're just looking for the money. You're not
That's
committed
not.
emotionally.
It's not real. It's not a real connection.
It's not an emotional connection.
hmm Yep, that's why the emotional bond is very important to me because if I don't have an emotional bond with a woman, then she's with me for the wrong reason, either money or something else, money or just sex or both of those,
Thank
and
you.
not genuinely with me. Let me
Mhm.
go ahead and catch up on the chat there, baby.
Yeah.
Uh, Pablo says, "Doing okay. My painting supplies came in the mail today. All right, cool, bro. Yeah. By the
Sweet.
way, my lady today, I have a 5-year-old Sony TV I got for my bedroom, a 40-inch Sony Bravia, a nice TV, but it was one of the last 1080p TVs before they started making 4K TVs. Still a nice TV, and the Sony TVs don't have that many apps on them. Now the newer Sony TVs, they do it differently. Today, all of a sudden, they shut down the Hulu app on the Sony TV. I guess it was an older version that worked with the older Sony TVs, and now it's not supported anymore. So I had to go and spend $100 and get the Hulu. What's that thing? Hulu Ultimate or Ultra or
Ro-
whatever that.
the
Sorry, not
Roku.
the sorry the Roku Ultra. Sorry, the Roku Ultra. I think is what it's called. It's called the Roku Ultra 2022. And so yeah, I got something coming in the mail tomorrow too. You reminded me of that with what you said there, Pablo. So man, man. Anyway, let's continue there. Sandra Palacio, true,
Yeah.
and how you carry yourself, present yourself. Sandra Palacio says, "Hello, Pablo." Let's see. Um, let's see. Thank you for taking care of that, Sandra. Uh, she goes like
Yes,
bodybuilders
thank you,
seeking
Sandra.
attention. Good point, gray area. So, what were you wanting to discuss in the chat, baby?
Oh, no, I was just wanting to like make sure we were recognizing the chat and not falling too far behind.
Mm. Ah,
That's it.
okay, baby. Now, here's the thing. We actually have another one we're going to read today. Let's go ahead and read through the rest of this first paragraph
Yeah.
of October 23rd. Then we're going to take a break and then come back and read the last paragraph of October 23rd, which was yesterday, and then we're going to read October 24th, which is it's a shorter one. How does that sound?
Yeah. No, that sounds amazing.
All right, let's do it. Did you say Roku? I have a Roku TV. Yeah, so does my lady. And the thing is, like, real quick, like, I have a Samsung TV that has, the Samsung operating system, and I can download and update apps on my TV in the living room. It's a 50-incher. I don't get that bigger. I used to have bigger TVs. I just don't get the really big ones anymore. They're big enough at 50.
Oh, you'll have a big one.
I know that you got one. You got like an 80-incher, and yeah, that's
No,
all
it's
good.
a 65. Come on.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, 65 or something like that. It's a big TV. But the Sony, the older Sony Bravias used to use their own operating system, and they weren't using the Android operating system that most smart TVs use. I think Roku even uses Android. I'm not quite sure. So I had to update it, man. I had to update it because I really love that TV. It's perfect for the bedroom. I don't need 4K, in my place yet. It downscales 4K very nicely anyway at 1080p, and it is what it is. But yeah, Roku is pretty cool. Roku is good stuff. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see. It'd be hard to find a single person on this planet, from supermodels on down, who doesn't think they're deficient in at least some way.
Truth.
It is a truth bomb.
That's truth.
Truth bomb, baby.
Yes. Truth bomb it.
Say it one more time, baby.
Truth bomb.
It's going to be truth bomb.
No, I agree, because I think we all complain about something. Like whether we complain about our toes or our stomachs, our nose, anything. Our hair's not thick enough. It's not long enough. Like, everybody has something to complain about with their own personal body. That's just truth right there.
Yeah, I agree with you. When I was younger, and I didn't take as good care of myself as I do now, and I started doing so more so in my late 20s. I mean, I was taking care of myself okay, but I would see these people, supermodels and athletes, and you would hear their stories where they would complain about their perfect bodies, and they're complaining about, one little thing they considered a flaw that wasn't really a flaw to the rest of the world. And you know what I think that boils down to, baby? Whether you're in perfect shape or not, regardless of the condition you're in, it's how you see yourself. It's an insecurity, especially for people that are in super, super great shape, right? To still, have some insecurities. I mean, that's something they need to work on within themselves. They need to learn how to love themselves better. What are your thoughts?
I
That's what
think
I was
that
thinking.
just shows that you're human
Right.
and that you are not
Full of yourself?
like full of yourself. Yes, exactly. Like, yeah. So what if like Heidi Klum says, "Oh, I don't like my toes." That's her prerogative. She might have
Mm-hmm.
beautiful toes, but that's her own feeling on her own body, you know? Doesn't mean it makes her less of a supermodel, you know?
Yeah, but there's a difference, baby, between loving yourself and being conceited, right? See,
Absolutely.
it's one thing to have self-love deep within and know that you're a good person, know that you're attractive, know that you've got it going on. But you're not going to go out there in the real world and say, "Hey, my name is Eli. I'm a hot, sexy Greek man, and you should be with me because I'm the hottest, sexiest 48-year-old Greek man on the planet." Now, that was an exact, maybe I was, I don't know. Was I exaggerating? Possibly. But that's for you to decide. What I'm
I
saying is
I
that
I'm not going to comment because I'm biased.
you are biased. But what I'm going to say is that, it's one thing to know you got it going on deep within, so you love yourself. It's another thing to come off that way and not be humble in front of other people. So I think what's
Yes.
attractive about people is, okay, if you are in good shape, you're good looking, and you carry yourself well, and you're happy deep within, it's going to project in your kindness and in your maturity when you're around other people. People that are
Yes.
not loving themselves for whatever reason are going to come off very immature, insecure, and they're going to be
It's
attacking
going to
you.
be
It's a
it's going to be
projection.
in your contentment,
Right.
your
Right.
frugality, your kindness,
Yeah.
your persistence, and everything
You're
else that they're talking about up there.
yeah. The persistency. Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Really
Well,
quick, Sandra. Yes, no, the Giants look good anywhere, but if I can have it on a big screen, even
mhm.
better.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Senator Palacio furthermore says, well, look at Michael Jackson. He hated his nose and then ended up with a jacked up one from so many reconstructions. Well, see, here's the thing with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was a very, 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 very insecure man. Like, he just was not happy within himself. For whatever reason, he just wasn't happy within himself. And I think that had a huge part in him dying so young. What was he, 50 when he died, baby? You know? Uh,
I believe that, but he was also under medical um, care when he died.
yeah, because he was unhappy within himself.
But there's
For,
controversy as to if his doctors over medicated him.
yeah, but the part of the controversy was Michael was asking his doctors for pep-up pills to make him feel better, baby.
Yeah.
And a lot of these famous stars, that's how they're able to perform constantly at the level they are performing at, because look, what Michael Jackson and many of these stars, what Michael Jackson did and what many of these stars do nowadays, with all the touring they do, the lack of sleep they have, there's no way in hell they'd be able to perform as much as they do to make the money they make unless they're on some type of medication, drug, or something. And that's why they die
Adderall.
young. Right. Look,
Yeah.
George Michael, I believe, was 50 when he died. Like, look, George Michael was a good looking dude. He was half Greek. He was really
Well,
good
then,
looking.
you know what? I know, but I hear what you're saying, but then tell me why there's people like George Jones that lasted so long. We've George Strait. We have a lot of other people that haven't succumbed to that kind of stuff.
Well, you know why, in my opinion? Because they don't push it as much as certain other stars do. Like, I honestly feel that there are certain stars that say, hey, look, I know that, the producers and the directors and, you know, everyone in Hollywood wants us to consistently perform. But some people say, hey, look, my body can only do so much. Here's what I can do, in a 12-month period every year. Here's what I'm able to do, and I can do one show every 2 weeks or so, right? Or I can do, one big festival. Like, George Strait used to do he did the country music festival. I think it was like a
Oh, I
weekend
know. I went to
festival or something.
several of them.
Right. But he didn't do them every single weekend. Like they would be like once per month, right? In a different part of the
Mm-hmm.
country, right? And so
Yeah.
that gives you time to rest and recover. A lot of these stars, they were doing 3, 4, 5 shows per week, traveling on planes, buses, traveling, not only, all over the U.S., but in other countries. Michael Jackson performed. Remember, there was a point, I believe, where Michael Jackson stopped performing in the U.S. and used to only perform in other countries. And so, I mean, the guy was exhausted. And
Agree,
honestly,
Sandra. Agree.
what did she say?
Read it.
He had a bad childhood, but a doctor shouldn't
No.
have given it to him. That doctor killed him. Like Prince, same thing. He was in pain. But Michael and Prince were dancers, physical. I mean, to do those shows night after night, I've seen these two performers live. Yeah, I was a big Prince fan as well, Sandra. I was
I
a big
love
Michael
Prince.
Jackson fan. I was a big George Michael fan. But here's the thing, and I understand that the doctor ultimately should be held accountable for prescribing that medication, even if the stars were begging their private doctors, and paying them tons of money, right? But at the end of the day, okay, whose idea was it more to do that? Like, as a human being, you have to accept responsibility for your own actions. And just because a doctor tells you to take some medication doesn't mean you have to take it. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
I don't think it was just the doctor telling them. I think it's also the managers, producers, and everything else that
You know
forces them to do that.
You know why, baby? Because the more shows they do, the more money the producers and the directors and the whole production company makes, right?
Yes. So, it falls like there is an umbrella of people that are responsible for their deaths.
Right. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. We're at 48 minutes exactly. Okay, let's continue here. We have to take a break here in a second.
What I want to say is that for them to be celebrities and as important as they were in society, and to not get the right care is ridiculous.
I agree.
They were basically, in my eyes, they were murdered because, we have the ability to save people, and the right doctors would have saved them.
Yep.
It's not like any one of these people were found with a freaking needle in their arm, overdosed. This was all preventable.
It was all preventable, but ultimately, who decides to put the pills or takes the shots? It's the actual person. They could have said no. Michael could have said no. George could have said no. Prince could have said no. Right? It's like an alcoholic can choose to drink alcohol or not.
Sweetheart, when you're in the industry and you have your manager and producer telling you what to do, sometimes you don't have a choice.
Actually, here's the thing. You have more choice than you think. You're the star. You're the one that's getting everyone paid. Without you, no one makes any money, right? And yes, I get you're under a contract, but here's the thing. Like, your health supersedes everything, right? Right. If somebody, just because you have a contract doesn't mean that contract allows people to force you to do things that are going to ruin your health. That's not right. But anyway, we could
All
talk
right.
more
Thank you,
about this.
Sandra, for that, statement there. And yeah, I mean, there are a lot of gurus. There are a lot of people out there.
Yeah,
I mean, I was a nurse and I do believe in, Western medicine, but you know what? I do also believe in everything else. And
right.
you know what? If medication doesn't work and maybe um yoga or acupuncture or something else works for you, who the fuck am I to judge?
Yeah, I understand, but every time you alter your body, you risk something negative
Oh,
happening to
let
it.
me get started on Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, let's not go
Holy
there. We don't.
balls.
We don't have time for that. We gotta finish this last sentence here, then take our first break and come back and wrap this up in about a half
Yes,
an hour because it's 12:03
let's
a.m.
go.
Eastern right now, 9:03 p.m. Pacific time. Let's see. But whatever your perceived deficits are, remember that there are positive qualities that you can develop that don't depend on genetic accidents. Yeah, I
So,
mean,
what
take the
they're
positive
saying
route instead.
is,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, you could be positive even if you're like 4'2".
Sure.
You don't have to be like sad because of that. You don't have to be sad because maybe you have like a hearing deficit that
Uh-huh.
happened. You don't like, there's ways to strive in this world. And that's what it's saying. You don't have to depend on that. You just have to push forward with those positive qualities.
Yeah. Yeah. And my interpretation before we go on our, first break here, or our only break actually, is that, there's a right and a wrong way to do things, right? And
Mhm.
typically, people that choose to do things the wrong way, it's typically whenever large amounts of money are involved. And
Mhm.
honestly, your life and your health is worth a lot more than any amount of money. And that's I have nothing more to say than that. I have nothing further to say than that. That just sums it up quite nicely. You tell me, baby. You let me
Yeah,
know.
no, I agree. And then I want to comment on what Sandra said,
Okay.
but you trust your doctors. Absolutely.
Well, you
You're
should. You
out
should be
there,
able to.
you should be able to. But you
Yeah.
know what? I was in the healthcare industry as a nurse, and now I'm back out there. And I'm not a nurse anymore, but I'm out there as a patient trying
Hmm.
to get my life together because I have my sinus issues and other things. But you know what? You're right. Like, I don't trust my doctor. I really don't.
Well, that's why you're getting a new one.
Cause yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna get a new one. And I don't think that people should just blindly trust the doctors. Do your research, find out what's going on. And I'm not saying go on to WebMD because that's bullshit. I'm saying, you know what? Go on to your insurance, talk to other doctors. When you have a problem, if you don't feel like you're getting the help you need to just be your own advocate and get out there and search for it because they're not going to do that.
Ah. Okay. Are you there, baby?
I am, but I don't know what that means. That's for another show, guys. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Yeah, Pablo. I don't know where you saw that, but I just checked the thumbnail and it says volume 3. Eli, I don't know if you noticed this, but your thumbnail says volume 1 instead of 3. Heads up. Well, I mean, let's That's weird. Why does it say volume 1? And that on the back end it says volume. That is weird. On the back end of YouTube it says volume 3. Interesting. Well, let me do this real quick. That's interesting. That's weird. And it's using the older thumbnail I had, and this is weird. Hang on one second here, baby. Let's see if we can fix this here.
Oh, Nightbot just fucking blocked Pablo.
Okay, baby, you don't have to, baby, come on. I mean, you can use profanity every now and then, but come on, baby, you don't have to get mad at
Oh, I'm
Nightbot.
sorry. I forget it times that. I'm just being real. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, the proper thumbnail was uploaded, but I was reusing the settings from a former show, and I did change the thumbnail. It just didn't update, so I'm gonna have to. That happens sometimes with YouTube. Let's see. Give me a second here. I think that was the wrong one. I uploaded the wrong one. This time, hold on. To JKLN.
You're right, Sandra. We are conditioned to trust our doctors. But you know what? At this point in life, we need to be our own advocates. And just make sure we're looking out for our own best interest, because these doctors are overwhelmed with so many patients that it's just not the same anymore. It really isn't. So, what does that say? Research. Absolutely. Research when you get a diagnosis.
Okay, baby. I think I've got this almost all set here. My apologies.
My.
Okay, so the thumbnail appears it is fixed now. Yeah, My Lady and I Answer Your Questions, Volume 3. Yeah, I had the right one on there, but when you create a new stream on YouTube, you can use the settings of your old stream and make changes before you publish the live event. And when I had put it out there initially, it was right, but somehow it glitched out back to, the volume 1. So we're good now. Thank you, Pablo. I appreciate that, brother. Very kind of you. All right, baby. Are you ready to take that first break?
Sure.
Any final thoughts about this first half before I put you backstage and then we'll take.
I think we're doing a great job, and I love the feedback we're getting, and I just think it's great.
Okay. All right, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and put you backstage, and then we will see you in about 8 or 9 minutes. I'll come get you in a second, baby. So don't leave the room until I come get you, because there's going to be that 1 minute delay.
Worries.
All right. All right, baby. Backstage you go. All right, my ladies, backstage. I just need to queue up a couple more songs here, and then we can take that break. Okay. Let's see here. Just need one more. All right, music is all queued up. I am going to step away We're going to step away for a quick 8 or 9 minute break. And when we return, we're going to leave off where we left off and continue to answer your questions as well. So stick around. Hold on a second here. Let's see. Huh. Well, we'll get back to you, Jay Manley. I think you're trolling, but we'll get back to you after the break. Stick around. We'll be right DJ Manley. I'm going to answer your question along with my lady here right after the intro back into the show. Hope you're having a great night. I feel good. I feel great. Do you feel good? Do you feel great? Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah. The song is Lock and Key by Silent Partner from the YouTube audio library. With that being said, welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Eli and the lady of every hour here on this show. Glad you could all join us here tonight. Tonight, we have been answering your questions, and we've also been, reading some passages from a book that my lady's dad gave her called The Daily Stoic. We have been reading the October 23rd passage, Show the Qualities You Were Made For. We're going to end up finishing up the last paragraph here in just a few when we get back. And then we're going to also go over the October 24th passage, which is very, very short. So stick around for that. Besides that, folks, just to make you all aware that this channel and business is primarily funded through crowdfunding and your donation. So if you feel it in your heart and soul to send a donation, you can do so based on the value you feel you are receiving. Nightbot has been sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes in the chat on PayPal. You can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, you can go to $the real Coach Eli. Also, this channel has been monetized now. My secondary channel, our secondary channel has been monetized now for a couple of months. So we do have the super chat also enabled at the bottom of the chat. You can send a super chat as well, which will highlight your message at the top of the chat. And the greater the super chat, the longer the message will stay highlighted. You can also send a super sticker, and we will acknowledge you as that happens. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. So let me go ahead and bring back the lady of every hour back to the show. Bebe, are you the lady of every hour?
Yes, I am, and it's about darn time.
Is that humbly speaking, baby? Do you have a lot of humility in your heart and soul?
Absolutely.
All right. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back. And I appreciate you doing this show with me tonight. I know you have a lot going on outside of YouTube and the business, but I really do appreciate you taking the time to, do the show. And we're going to be doing a lot more shows in the near future, huh, baby? We've been talking about that.
Absolutely.
I really like this this Daily Stoic thing. I mean, it's a really, really, great book that your father gave you, and it's very, very inspirational with some old school proverb type of information that many people nowadays don't understand, and that's affecting the way they live their life, right?
Well, what I love about it is that you have the old school proverb, and then underneath is the paragraph that brings it to reality in today's world.
Right. Well, anyway, baby, let me go ahead and I do want to. I believe that guy was trolling. I've seen him troll in the past, but
yeah.
But I'm gonna answer the question because it's a fair question. Speaking of doctors, did you know the YouTuber Vention ignored his doctor's advice and did holistic treatment? What do you think of alternative medicine? Well, let me share my thoughts real quick, and this is just my opinion. I want to make it very clear I am not a doctor, and this is just clearly my opinion regarding this. I personally feel that the less prescribed medication or medication in general that you take, the longer you're going to live, and the healthier life you're going to have. Now, there are cases where you have to take medication, or it's just not going to pan out for you, right? But anything that you can do in a holistic way, for example, baby, cannabis, okay, is something that you use for medicinal purposes. It helps with anxiety and depression and stuff like that. Why don't you share your
And
thoughts about
pain.
holistic and pain? Why don't you share your thoughts about holistic methods versus modern day medicine, in your opinion? Of course.
I'm actually like, yeah, I actually support both because being a prior nurse, of course, I support the scientific medicine regimen that people should be on. So I do agree as long as it's being diagnosed properly.
Correct.
But on the other side, there are other ways you can do it holistically through cannabis, through acupuncture, through massage, through yoga. There's a lot of things you can do to alleviate pain. I mean, I'm not talking about like high blood pressure. Like you know, you gotta consult somebody for that. But I'm saying the normal anxiety, depression, all of that stuff. There's a lot of holistic stuff that's a lot healthier for you than
Baby,
just popping a pill.
real quick before, you haven't seen it pop up on your screen, but Jenny Sadler, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Keep up the great work. Watching the walking stream, love it. Thanks again for the $5 super chat, Jenny. Baby, say hello to Jenny Sadler.
Hi, Jenny. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it.
She says, again, keep up the great work. Watching the walking stream, love it. Well, thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. My lady and I started this journey over 5 years ago of trying to, bring more positive and uplifting content to YouTube and to really give people out here on YouTube and the world, something different than just, drama, entertainment type of content where people are just attacking each other. I think it's really been, overplayed and outdone. And I'm having a feeling that you're feeling the same way. You can share your thoughts in the chat; it would be greatly appreciated. But she's watching the walking stream and donating to the night stream. Well, thank you. We really appreciate your donation, Jenny. Again.
Yes, thank you so much for that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Let us know and feel free to ask any questions here. If you want to stick around a little bit and catch that other show later, that's totally up to you. But yeah, I'm also curious, Jenny. I know you've been around for a little bit now. How did you find out about the channel? And it doesn't matter, we're just curious to know because my lady and I are
We
trying.
welcome you. We just want to know how to market
Yeah,
to
we want to know
other channels.
Well, not only other channels, all over the internet, and there are different ways to market. But yeah, we're just kind of curious, and sometimes. It's so funny, baby. Sometimes, and I hate to mention this, but it's the truth. Sometimes people find out about us through our worst enemies and then come over here and they're like, well, this guy and gal really aren't, too bad after all. I mean, humbly speaking, that is,
and
right?
that's the best thing. That really is when people come over and they actually see the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So again, thank you, Jenny, for the $5 super chat. Much love and much appreciation from myself and my lady here. Baby, let's get to the second, the last paragraph.
Part of this, yeah. Because this is the one that is really, really pertinent.
Okay, real quick. Sorry, baby. Real quick. Jay Manley back on a different account. Well, you must have a lot of accounts, Jay Manley. Okay, that's cool. Well, let Jay Manley stay. That's fine. I wish you would stop calling me a troll. Baby, he may not even be one. It's okay. We've been trolled a lot, and this happens. He goes, I'm a nice guy. I've made dozens of comments over the years in your live chats. Yeah, no worries, bro. No worries, bro. We'll even go ahead and unban your other account, and that's fine. No worries. It's all good. So let's go ahead and get to the last paragraph of October 21st, of October 23rd, which is what I'm trying to say, for show the qualities you were made for. You have the choice to be truthful. You have the choice to be dignified. You can choose to endure. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to chast. What's
To
that?
be chaste. Chast.
Oh, it's just the old school vocabulary, huh? You can choose to be thrifty. You can choose to be thrifty. You can choose to be kind to others. You can choose to be free. You can persist under difficult odds. I'm going to talk about that right there. Okay. You can persist.
Is abstaining from extramarital or from all sexual intercourse.
Oh, okay. Okay. That would make sense.
Yeah, I just looked it up really quick.
Well, awesome. Great, baby. You can persist under difficult. Thank you, baby. You can persist under difficult odds. I want to go ahead and share some brief thoughts about that sentence there, baby, and then get your thoughts. You know, like I've said many times over the past 5+ years that I've been doing this out here on YouTube, and now you've been doing it with me for over 6 months, baby. And I've got to tell you, you're the best business partner, best friend, and, just, my life partner, my soulmate. I'm just really blessed to have you. This is the most difficult thing I've ever done, is to, run a business out here on YouTube where I, try to help uplift people, by, teaching them to learn to better love themselves, so that way they can accomplish whatever it is that their hearts desire. And, being on a platform with 2.5 billion people, and half of those people, are not going to be in alignment with this type of content, that just makes it difficult already in itself. And then trying to reach the other half, that's the good side, that would appreciate the content, is difficult. It's something that you have to be willing to, be persistent. And again, be persistent under difficult situations. Would you consider this a difficult situation, baby? Being on the YouTube platform and trying to get your message out there. That's just one aspect of this aspect. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is difficult because there are hateful, angry people out there that want to shut you down. They want to just demean you, belittle you, make you look like you don't know what you're talking about. And that becomes their hobby in life.
Right.
And that's what's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. And being able to persist through the difficult situations, that I've encountered out here over the last 5 years, and you've encountered them over the last 6 months. We've both been persisting through these difficult situations. We're not trying to say we're all that. It just shows that, hey, we believe in ourselves, and we also believe in you. And, we're the type of people that would never give up on our goals, dreams, and aspirations, no matter what. Now, let me go ahead and read what Jenny Sadler just put in there. Jenny wrote, I clicked on the live subheading. I put in live coach, and you were live. I like the walking streams because I listen while on my Peloton. Is that like a walking, is that like a exercise bike or exercise machine? You motivate me. Well, thank you. I'm glad that I motivate you, and I'm glad. Yeah.
Baby, a Peloton is awesome. It is basically like a treadmill that's like virtual.
Okay. Awesome. That's glad. I can't even talk. I'm glad that we're able to motivate you to, keep pushing forward, Jenny. If it's not too personal, and I know you want to try to keep yourself as anonymous as possible out here on YouTube. I understand that. My lady gets that too. Where are you from, actually? And is there anything else that you're trying to accomplish at this point in your life? Or do you pretty much have everything set in your life, and you're just trying to get into a little better shape? Or I don't know if that's your actual picture in the in your by your channel name. But yeah, you look like you're in pretty decent shape. She looks like a woman probably in her 30s that takes care of herself. So maybe she's just trying to tone up a little bit, which is great. That's awesome. So share with us
Beautiful.
whatever you're open to sharing, and we'd be happy to share more of our feedback regarding that. And at one point down the road, maybe sooner than you think, my lady will come out completely publicly, and you folks will see her, and that's going to make these shows even that much more, more awesome, right, baby?
Absolutely.
All right, all right. So let's continue. Let's see here. You can avoid trafficking in gossip. There we go again. You can avoid trafficking in gossip. Basically, instigating crap, shit, instigating drama, right?
Yep.
You can choose to be gracious. And honestly, aren't the traits that are the result of effort and skill more impressive anyway? Let me read that last part one more time. This is what it all boils down to. And honestly, amen. I'm losing it. And honestly, aren't the traits that are the result of effort and skill more impressive anyway? To the right people, the way I interpret that, baby, to the right people, your traits and your skills and what you do to the right people, it's going to resonate with them. And to the wrong people that would rather, what was that again here? It was called trafficking gossip. To the wrong people, they're going to continue trafficking in, gossip. That's basically a direct reflection of how they see themselves, and then they project that onto, people like us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to that?
Oh God, no. That was perfect, babe. I'm like, that is so profound for me. Like, I really have nothing else to say.
Well, yeah, and one more thing before we get to October 24th, which will be very short. That's only going to take about maybe 10 minutes or so to go through. What the last paragraph was saying is, in many different words, you can choose to be whoever you want to be. And you choose what words come out of your mouth when they come out. You choose what to wear every day. Okay, you choose how to do your hair. If you don't have hair like me, you choose to shave your head. You choose what type of foods you eat, right? You choose the type of people you hang out with. You have choices. And it's the choices. It's the choices that you make that are going to define the type of life you have. What are your thoughts about that, sweetheart?
Oh, yeah. It's the choices you make every single day that define you as a human.
Right. Right.
And, most of us have our routines, we have our work schedules, and we do the same things every day. But if any of that gets changed, that's dangerous. Because that can change everything for you.
Yeah, it's amazing to me, baby, how this Daily Stoic book, one page, 3 paragraphs, and between the people we had here on the show, took an hour and 29 minutes to get through. Well, we did have 10 minutes of music in there. So let's just say, an hour and 10 minutes, 70 minutes worth of content off of 3 short paragraphs. I mean, wow.
Thank you, Daddy.
That's a lot. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Daddy. Yes. Thank you. And That's a lot of commentary there. So fair use commentary. Can't argue that one. All right, baby. Ready to get to October 24th here? So it's very, very
Yeah.
short. Folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in probably, 10 to 15 minutes or a little bit less. October 24th, which is for today, the day that we're recording this live. It's October 24th, 2022. This was written a long time ago.
Pacific time?
Well, 9:42 Pacific time. Right, because on the East Coast, it's already October 25th. That's right, baby. Thank you for clarifying that. This is titled The Fountain of Goodness. Wow, The Fountain of Goodness. All right. And let's see here. Marcus Aurelius wrote this quote, "Dig deep within yourself, for there is a fountain of goodness ever ready to flow if you will keep digging." So this is something, sweetheart, that I've been talking about time and time again. I think this is also something that you initially were probably struggling a little more with when you first met me, is to really dig deep within yourself and learn to truly love yourself a lot more than you were loving yourself, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Okay. No, because I was reflecting on my mistakes that I made in life. So I couldn't love myself while I was doing that.
Well, baby, I reflect on my mistakes all the time, every single day. I think the difference is that you were allowing your mistakes to define who you are today instead of
define who I was.
Well, to define, no, the thing is, that's who you were, and that's who I used to be back in those days with those mistakes. But you were still allowing, yourself to be defined by those mistakes present day. Whereas I look at my mistakes as a learning experience. And, yes, do I still make some mistakes to this day? Sure. But because of my experience in making those mistakes in the past, I've learned to identify them quicker and turn them around and not let it affect my attitude. I think at this point right now, we've been going out for 14 months, and, you've been working with me closely for 6 months. And before that, you were following my content, practically religiously, right? I think at this point now, you have tremendously changed your attitude on how you see yourself. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
Oh no, you're not wrong. You're absolutely right.
You care to elaborate?
I have found that, I've never had a partner in my life that has given me so much self worth like you have. And it took a while for me to listen and get what you were telling me, because after 47 years, you've never had it.
You're pretty stubborn, and you're stuck on,
you're stuck on the stupid of my life.
Well, you're set in your ways is what I'm trying to say, right? You were set in your ways, right, baby?
Yeah, and I was being very stubborn and protective of myself.
Right.
Because the last 12 years had been so horrible.
Right. So you were defining your present day life when you first met me according to how the last 12 years went. And many people do that, right?
Oh, yeah. And then you compare automatically. Like the new relationship you get into, you're automatically making comparisons to the last one. And it's not fair for that person. And I know you and I have gone through that. And you said, I'm not this person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well said, baby. I couldn't have said it better myself. Well said. And now, it's opened up your eyes and ears to a whole new world. And
whole new world.
Excellent, baby. Baby, you're a much better singer than I am. All right, let's continue here. That was a great quote. All right, so the one paragraph we have here, and then we're going to dissect it and go off the air. So, folks, please get any final questions.
This is tiny.
Yeah, it is tiny. So please get your final questions, comments, concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air in about 10 minutes or less. Today, we could hope that goodness comes our way. Good news, good weather, good luck. Or we could find it ourselves in ourselves. All right, let's talk about that. This is why you sent this to me. Because this is exactly what I've been trying to preach for the last 5+ fucking years out here on YouTube. Pardon my French, but this is exactly what I've been trying to preach. And if you folks can learn to understand this one thing, it'll turn your life around. You will get whatever you want eventually. You won't get it right away, but you'll be able to find the strength to work for it, right? Okay. How you see yourself is how the rest of the world's going to see you. You are the secret. The secret is you, okay? And what you put out, you get back, right? And and so, find it, or we could find it ourselves in ourselves, okay? If you also think of, how to say this the right way. If you also do not allow any other person's opinion of yourself to matter besides your own, that'll turn your life around too. Now, granted,
no other influences.
Right. So I'm not saying that you should never value anyone else's opinion. You should, but you should be able to choose which opinions you value and which you don't. And the bottom line is you have to also learn to understand that there are going to be people that are going to be jealous of who you are, what you look like, what you have, etc. And they're going to project upon you. And those are opinions that you just need to ignore. You shouldn't value those. Okay? You shouldn't believe those. You got to learn to separate those from good, positive opinions and feedback from other people and focus on that. But primarily, as long as you get it in your head that the only opinion of yourself that really matters is your own, nothing will ever faze you. Nothing negative will ever faze you. And when you get positive reinforcement and feedback from people by just being who you are, being a happy person, it's going to humble you. And you're going to be able to respond to it in a humble way and with humility. Like whenever my lady and I get donations here, we're very humble and we have a lot of humility because, look, I mean, why the hell should anyone expect people to just throw money to two random people on the internet just running a live stream on YouTube that anyone else can do, right? So when people value what we're doing with their hard-earned money, it really, really humbles us, right, baby?
Oh, God, yes.
Right?
Because you and I both worked very hard for every dime we've ever made.
Absolutely.
So we value when somebody throws us anything because we know, how that is,
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead.
You and I have both been working since our early teens. So we know the value of money. And
I was 15 and a half, baby, working at the movie theater in high school. Yep.
That's what I said, early teens. Yeah. I was about the same age when I started at the mall in San Jose.
Yeah, and you know what, baby? The last few lines here, this is going to be a great way to end the show. Again, folks, get any final questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air in a few minutes.
Let's do this.
Goodness, and this shows how dated this is because this is before the internet and other ways of communication. Goodness isn't something that's going to be delivered by mail or email nowadays or instant message or direct message or on YouTube or on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or wherever. Yeah. Jesus, baby. Wow. You have to dig it up inside your own soul. One more time. You have to dig it up inside your own soul. And that's exactly why I'm with you, baby, because you have the biggest heart and soul I've ever come across. That's the reason why I'm with you, right? That's what separates you from all other women that I had, an opportunity to possibly date, right? But that's what stood you apart from the crowd is your heart and soul. You have to dig it up inside your soul. You find it within your own thoughts and you make it with your own actions. One more time. Let me read that whole thing. Goodness isn't something that's going to be delivered by mail. You have to dig it up inside your soul. You find it within your own thoughts and you make it with your own actions. I'm going to turn this over to you first, baby, because I could not have said that any better myself.
Basically, what it's saying, actions speak louder than words. So do kindness, do forgiveness, do goodness, because, just don't be fake about it. That's what it's saying. And then good things will come your way.
Right, baby, because your thoughts create your actions. People take actions based on their thought process, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times people methodically think things out, right? Now, you can have positive thoughts or negative thoughts. And if you have negative thoughts, your actions are going to be geared more negative. And you're going to attract more negativity or negative people in your life. If you have positive thoughts, your actions will be geared, more towards positivity. And it's going to attract more positive people, right? And so you have to choose which way you want to go based on your thoughts. And just because your life may not be perfect or maybe you're struggling doesn't mean you have to come out and have negative thoughts. You can still be a positive person even when times are tough, because I'll tell you what, the best way to turn around tough times is through positivity. That's going to help you work through it quicker. A lot of people, they slip into depression and they become very negative when the chips are down instead of keeping it positive and working through it much quicker. Final thoughts, baby, and let's wrap this baby up. This was one hell of a show in my opinion. So
my final thoughts on that is that, if you do have negative thoughts, project them out in a safe place. Mm-hmm. Find a support group, find a friend, find a family member, somebody you can talk to. That way you don't actually act on those feelings. But I understand everybody goes through that feeling, and you just have to find the most positive way to process it so you don't wind up in jail. Like everybody's going to get angry. Everybody's going to react to something in their life. You just have to find the most positive way to project that energy out.
Yeah. No, absolutely, baby. I could not have said it better myself. And that's a great way to end the show. I have nothing more to add to that. I basically said what I needed to say before you said it. And I got to say this before we go. I'm really pleased at how this show went. And I am very pleased at how things have been going here on Coach Eli 2 lately, and even the main channel. And before we go, baby, what's coming on down the road here, through our business and our channels here? What's
we
coming
got a
up?
lot of great stuff. A lot of great stuff. We have we're going to be not concentrating so much on like blogs, but actual articles that we've been looking up. Um, and I just think it's going to be wonderful. We're going to do more of these stoic ones. And just really, because honest to God, like the daily stoic, it has nothing to do with being a coach or anything else. It has to do with being a human and
Right.
talking about your way through life. And that's what we want to do. And just promote positivity in your life. It's
Right.
not about coaching, it's about sharing everything and just helping each other out.
Yeah. And what we want to do, what we're really trying to do is really motivate, uplift, and inspire all of you to accomplish whatever your heart's desire. That's all it boils down to.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
want to
And
help you.
we don't, I'm so sorry, baby. We don't know it all. We're not claiming that we do. That's why we're here, out here talking to you. We're sharing with you our stories and
Right.
hoping you'll share your stories so we can, figure out and solve problems together as grown ass people.
Hey, baby, look who's here before we go off the air. Information Man Show, Coach Eli, 2 authentic live streams, peace and respect. How you doing, bro?
Hi
Baby,
there.
we've really, really got to get over to Information Man Show's channel. He's a really good dude. He's out here. He's actually in Sacramento, California. I think he's popped on in before since you've been around.
Sacktown.
Yeah, he's just incredible. He's got 13.6K subscribers now. He's been doing quite well. And he also uses the Shure SM7B. We talked about that the last time
Whereabouts in Sac?
well, we don't want him to actually dox his stuff, baby, but
No, but I mean, there's a lot of places. Like you could say east, west, you know.
I used
That's
to
all
run
I'm
network.
trying to say.
I used to run networking events in the Arden Arcade area. There used to be a Mimi's Cafe there. I'm not sure if it's still there or not anymore. Off of
It is. It
I think
is.
it's Alta Arden Expressway. I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where my friend Cassie and I go.
Okay. Cool. Cool. That's great. That's great. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh, damn. Did I just dox my one friend in Sacramento named Cassie? Good luck, guys.
With a very common name. Information Man Show says, that's right. Hi there. Good. Thank you. You're welcome, Information Man Show. You're very, very welcome. All right, folks, my lady and I are going to get on out of here. Got a bunch of other things to do, and I'm taking her back home tomorrow. Information Man Show says yes. I forgot what I was going to say. I just, look, folks, again, I was just going to say this before my lady jumped on in. We're here to help uplift you. We're here to help motivate you and inspire you to accomplish whatever it is that your heart's desire. And we're here to also, share with you that, the road is not going to be easy. It's going to be bumpy along the way. But you got to learn how to navigate all those bumps and, work past them. And once you do that and nothing bothers you, you're going to keep, persisting and persevering until you get to where you want to get to. And so, we're going to continue to do whatever we can to help uplift people. You know what I'm thinking, baby? I think our content, at least to the right people, the people that don't want to deal with drama, that are tired of drama, right? I think it really helps them get through their days. I remember, when I was going to take a break from YouTube, after a couple of months of us starting to date last year. And you were telling me, what am I going to do without your walking streams? You know, they help me get through my days. And you know what? That just brought me back. I mean, I had put my channel, it was my other channel, my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. I had put it to hidden. I hid my channel, and then I brought it back later on that night because, you know, you saying what you said, it made me realize how much some people really need this content, or this content to help them get through their days. And even if it's only 2 or 3 people and the rest of them hate me, it's worth it to me, because I wouldn't want to take that away from anyone that is enjoying the content and it's helping them get through their days. And that's what we want to do. We really want to help people get through their days. Sandra Palacio says, great show, you two. Thank you, Sandra. We appreciate you so much. Baby, anything else you want to say? And then we're going to get on out of here.
Yeah, I just want to say I did not say those things because you were my boyfriend at the time. I actually truly meant that, when I was at work, even if I couldn't listen while I was on the floor working, I would listen on my lunch break, and it would just inspire me to just get through the day. And, because there's a lot of times that you just get a little defeated throughout the day, especially in the field I was working in, being in retail management. And so when I listened to you, whether it was live or afterwards, it just really motivated me to get through the rest of the day, you know? And it's
And that's
not just because you were my boyfriend.
so
It
you're
just was
saying that
also
that
the
is
content.
you're saying that is an unbiased opinion right there.
Absolutely, it was the content. I was actually really motivated by that.
Well, I'm glad to hear that,
Thank you,
baby.
Sandra.
Glad to hear that, baby. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Information Man Show. Thank you, Jay Manley. And thank you to Jenny Sadler once again for the $5 super chat. Keep up the great work. Watching the walking stream. Love it. Thank you. Whatever topic you want us to discuss, Jenny, you can always email me at coacheli@coacheliasmelas.com. The link is below in the description. Also
Oh,
on the
yeah,
about.
we would love suggestions of shows, of topics, if you guys want to throw that in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you to Pablo as well. And anyone else that was watching behind the scenes. Tam Tam was here earlier, and Rosie Wren was here.
Yeah.
Angie C was here. I'm scrolling through the chat. Sorry, everyone. I think I got everyone tonight. All right, baby. Let's wrap it up. All right, baby. I'm going to put you
Wrap it
backstage
up.
and wrap it up. Say bye. Say bye, babe. Say bye to everyone.
Alrighty, I thank you all for all your support, and I hope you all have a great night. Be safe. Watch out for those crazy drivers.
Yes. All right, baby. Bye, babe.
Bye.
All right. Let's wrap it up. With that being said, have yourselves a great one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.